swept up in today's independent music.
Good morning, everyone, and in case it's not morning where you are, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. I'm your host, Anthony Longhair Leclair, and I'm joined by my marvelous co-host, marvelous Marla the Mouse McHardy.
What's up, everybody?
And Rob, I'm just trying to teach you things, McCubbin.
Hi, how's it going?
Today, on this episode of Swept Up, we are going to be covering Toronto-based band Tomacco with their new release, Vagabond. That is their latest album. We'll be running through a few of their songs, but of course we should say this episode is powered by not only Leclair Studios. Check out leclairstudios.com, check out the store if there's any fun artsy stuff you'd like to go peruse and buy. There's some great stuff. And, Podbean is our host. And then, of course, do you ever find yourself just in dire need of a good, sweet, warming drink? Winter is coming after all. And as we all know, there's Gibson's finest rare whiskey.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate my Gibson's finest rare whiskey.
I appreciate your Gibson's finest rare whiskey too. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah. Props to Rob for supplying the Gibson's finest rare whiskey.
Maybe one day we'll have a sponsorship and Gibson's will supply the Gibson's finest rare whiskey. But until then,
wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah, say no more, say no more.
So we will continue to drink the whiskey anyway.
Yeah, which
the punishment is not too bad. Not having a sponsorship.
Yeah, we'll get through it. It's just our pocketbooks. Anyway, so does anyone still have those?
A pocketbook?
Pocketbook?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean like where you used to have the checks and stuff?
Yeah.
Like
No.
No.
Okay. So, that being said, we are going to dig right into the first song that we're covering by Tomacco, which is Mr. Twister.
Sounds good.
It does sound good. I like the catchiness of that name.
Yeah, so I've already listened to all of this, just so you guys know.
We haven't.
What's that?
We haven't.
No, you haven't. No, it's true. So I'm excited. So check this funky shit out. So that was Mr. Twister by Tomacco, which is exciting.
Yeah, that was pretty great.
So you had a theory as to where they got their name?
Yeah, so here's the thing. Just so everyone's aware, we're just recreating a recording that we just fucking did. There was no disk space on my computer. I know Rob's laughing about it, but I'm just going to say it. Because he's like, you had a theory, by the way. As if, like, I didn't organically create what I said in the first fucking place. So we're just re-recording our bit that we said about Mr. Twister. So yeah, so Tomacco is a pretty cool fucking name. I'm pretty sure it comes from The Simpsons, from an episode whereby Homer mixes tobacco and tomatoes and creates a crop called Tomacco, which everyone becomes addicted to, even though it tastes like shit. And then suddenly the animals near and around the farm start eating up all the tobacco, and then they attack the Simpsons in their little farmhouse, and so on and so forth. I assume that's where this band got the name, because I can't imagine like another organically, grown version of Tomacco that doesn't come from this. How very unorganic this second fucking recording is.
I was waiting for you to use the word organic again. Oh, man. And you knew I was thinking it because you looked right at me when you said it.
Yeah. So here we are. So what do you guys think the first time we listened to this?
I can't even breathe right now. Okay.
It's not often that I clip the. Oh no, I didn't anyway. That's the AT 2020. So you guys clipped that by clapping. Good. I feel good.
Yeah. He clipped.
Okay. Well, Marla had something to say about it the first time.
We all had something to say the first time. I thought it was interesting because it sounded sort of like Rage Against the Machine at the start, and but then it like followed up and just sounded like since the. We mentioned every single member in the band at one point or another, actually, except for the drummer. So I guess we'll do that this time. Sorry, Ryan.
We did. We talked about how Charlie had the use of the pitch control, the sort of the modulation thing.
Yeah, because I was saying about how when I was a kid, my parents had we had a synthesizer in our basement, and it had like the modulator on the side, so it was really fun because you could play a note and then like bend the pitch, and I thought that was the coolest shit when I was younger.
Yeah.
I can't believe we got rid of it. We shouldn't have. But anyways, regardless, Charlie, he wants a biscuit. Give this man a biscuit.
Yeah, Charlie Ziegler, according to the website, wants a biscuit, and I think we all think he deserves a biscuit.
Yeah, give this man a biscuit.
I just I remember what I said last time was I commented on the fact that there's a musicality to it. He's not just messing with the pitch, but he's using it to bring us into the next phrase of music and stuff like that, which is really kind of cool.
Being very like instrumental with that, which I thought was really cool.
Yes, that's Charlie Ziegler, everyone, in case people are or Ziegler. Who knows?
But yeah,
he knows.
Another thing I was saying about it before was that like I really enjoy how wonderfully discordant some of the parts of the song are. Like, it's discordant in a fantastic way. Like, it's not a bad thing. It's like, it works. It absolutely works with the song, and there are like some moments where it absolutely comes back together for a good portion of it. But there's some moments where there's just that dissonance, and it's great. I love that. I love when things can be discordant and it works.
And then I said, when Marla made the comment about, I said I also like the discordance, but I wanted, just from a production standpoint, a couple of moments where we focused on the bass and the funkiness of it all, and sort of stripped it down. And I used the example of how Rick Rubin, when he was first working with like Beastie Boys and stuff like that, how that sort of pulling everything out so that you could just have very obvious sort of precision in the sound as well. And I'm not saying all the way through the song. I'm saying just moments that would really accent it by doing that.
Yeah, and so this is where I had commented about Jesse Tainton, who is the bass player, who, according to their website, is slappin' to fretless, which is smooth. Mm-hmm. And how funky her bass playing is, and how wonderful that would be had there been some of those moments pulled, like stripped down, as you say. To have Denny Kopf is both the guitarist and the vocalist.
Solid vocals.
Solid vocals.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, like a bit of like some up-picking, funk stuff with Jesse's bass licks would have been really nice stripped down, and then pump the synth.
And then come back into the synth. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, and then Ryan Luke on the drums, keeping a solid stream all the way through, even with tricky timings and stuff, which is fun as hell.
The timings change up a couple of times,
So, yeah, hopefully when I fucking stop this
No,
recording and listen to the next song, it doesn't
I want to
delete.
know if they happen to take a listen to it. The thing I concluded with was I wanted to know what their influences were, because I heard early Toronto shuffle demons type structures in it. And I also said there's sort of like a Spin Doctors. And I'm not just picking funk bands. I'm picking like Shuffle Demons was something that when I was growing up was so different for Canadian music because it was funk. Yeah. And,
which is not a Canadian thing.
Not at all.
Not remotely.
No.
So do hit us up, Denny, Denny, by the way, who is the captain of Interplanetary Funksmanship.
Yeah, calling occupants of Interplanetary Funksmanship.
Yes.
Nice.
Remaking as organically as possible the Clay 2 reference we made in the previous recording.
Calling occupants of interplanetary craft. Extraordinary.
That was a wonderful rendition.
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. So, right on. So we could just keep jabbering all we want, but we are now going to dig into the second track from... It's not the second track from Tomacco's album, it's just the second that we're covering.
Cross your fingers, everyone.
And it's my favorite of the three that we're covering. Mm-hmm. It is called While I Fall.
I
So that is While I Fall by Tomacco from their latest album, Vagabond.
That's a wicked track.
Hell yeah.
That's my favorite track that they have on that album. So, and another shout out to Ryan Luke on drums. Even just the tom fill into the song itself off the intro, makes me smile so much.
Also, shout out to the backup vocals on that song.
Yeah,
Those
I-
are great.
I was gonna say, I assume Jessie Tainton. I assume because she's the only female in the band. Those are definitely female backing vocals, unless they have someone featured in this song, which we just based on the info that I received is not a thing. So I'm going to assume it's Jessie singing backup. Please let me know if I'm wrong, and then I'll correct this statement that I'm making on this podcast. Organically. I'll do it organically.
Yeah. Be fair trade.
Hashtag veganism. I'll do it
Hashtag
organically.
veganism. Hashtag fair trade.
That's right. Man, you know what's really good? Burgers and waffles. Holy fuck, it's a great breakfast.
Oh my god, yes.
Anyway, the
Hashtag
band...
meatitarian. Sorry, go on. Yeah.
Anyways, back to the music. The thing I thought was really cool about the intro to that song is it almost had like, and even in like throughout the song too, it almost had like a Spanish guitar flavor, like a funked up Spanish guitar. That's what I got from that, was like a funky like Spanish guitar, and I love that. I do. It's great.
Excellent. You were wondering during the song who the hell the vocalist reminds you of.
Yeah, and I said, I remember a band, again, when I was growing up, a band called Dig Circus. And it has a very similar type sound to that.
Also a Toronto-based band, right?
Yeah, I think Toronto. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, yeah. Yeah.
Right on.
Right on. I said his voice reminds me a little bit of Chris Murphy from Sloan, except he sings a little better. Sorry, Chris Murphy. I love Sloan in your music, but also, like...
Hey, man.
His tonal quality is perfect in terms of the... in terms of what it sounds like relative to the funkiness of the drums in the background and the bass.
Like in the mix, he's just
the mix.
he
is
sits right
really
in the mix.
solid. I find the production of this particular track better than the previous track.
Yeah, you're saying that. Yeah. And that could be very well why I enjoy this track.
Sorry.
You're not supposed to breathe in the whiskey.
I'm just choking on Gibson's finest rare whiskey. Do you ever accidentally
I'm waiting for that
breathe
to
in
spill
whiskey
sometime.
instead of oxygen? Well, if you do so, Gibson's finest.
If you're gonna choke to death, at least choke to death with good whiskey in your gullet.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, yeah.
All right.
Anyways.
Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Salt and vinegar chips.
Yeah, we're not going to plug that company though.
No, that's
They're
was
gonna get a
non
sponsorship from
That was a sentence that had no end.
Like my burger waffles.
Salt and vinegar chips.
Salt and vinegar chips. We're not gonna get a sponsorship from hashtag Old Dutch.
Well, you
Sentence fragment.
That's right.
Well, you know what they say, salt and vinegar chips.
Is that what they say? Yeah.
That's what they say. Salt and vinegar chips.
See, that could work depending on the punctuation of that sentence. Salt and vinegar. Well, you know they say salt and vinegar chips. Period.
Yeah, no.
However,
As the English teacher, I say, no.
yeah.
You're still not allowed to use that one.
But maybe they say that, and then the following sentence could be like, because when they say salt and vinegar chips, what they mean to say is,
You know, when they say salt and vinegar chips, what they mean is barbecue. Like that kind of connection.
yeah.
And anyway, back to the great music by Tomacco.
That's right. When they say Tomacco, what they really mean is addiction. I'm so addicted to your music now.
What they really mean is Tomacco. You say Tomacco. I say
You say
Tomacco.
Tomacco?
You say tomato, I say tomato. That's fantastic.
I say,
We call the whole thing off.
well, who knows? I might. I might.
Yes!
I might stop this to listen to the third song, and it might fucking delete again anyway. So.
I called the whole thing off. Yeah.
Okay.
I love it.
So now we're gonna listen to the third and final track that we're covering, Tomacco's from their latest album, Vagabond, and that is Heartbreak.
Ooh.
Which I have to be honest, sounds like a pretty standard title.
Which I have to be honest, I've never experienced.
Fuck, I knew you were a comedian. But, because, like, Mr. Twister or something, While I Fall, like, the closest thing I can think of to that is, like, Fall to Pieces by Velvet Revolver, or, like, I don't know, there are other falling
Blues
songs.
Traveler. I said that song actually had
Yeah.
a Blues Traveler kind of feel to it.
Yeah.
And there's a song by Blues Traveler with the word fall in it. And I'm sorry, I can't tell you what it is right now, but it's called Stand. Stand and Walk.
That's the opposite of
Yeah,
falling.
I don't know. Something with a fall in it.
Gibson's.
Gibson's, the opposite of falling.
Yeah.
You gotta be careful when you try and, like, make a sound when you're drinking the Gibson's, because the vapors from the whiskey are like, don't care, I'm fucking your throat.
Yeah, Gibson's will love that as a sponsorship.
You should hear some of the things Justin said when we started
When
doing
you
this,
need
and they
your
liked
throat
the
fucked.
post.
Gibson's, finest rare.
Some people like their throat. You know what? This is the smoothest throat fucking I've had in a long time, so totally honest.
Alright then, moving on.
So, now, speaking of the smoothest throat fucking I've had in a long time, we're gonna listen to Heartbreak.
I'm afraid of what they might put me through, but I
Yeah. So this now I don't know, I think While I Fall is still probably my favorite. So I'll be honest, I hadn't listened to Heartbreak yet, and I I quite like it. And
I do too.
when I first heard the intro, I was like, oh, it's Life in the Fast Lane. It's the Eagles.
Yeah.
And then I said it's Lenny Kravitz.
And then I said the synth in the background got me into a Stevie Wonder kind of vibe.
Yeah. And then
Charlie, that was wicked stuff going on back there, man.
Yeah.
Oh man, it was like, to me, like, the synth is like almost a little bit like Doorsy, and there was that one part that was like, I can't remember
there's like the hard organ,
part in there, and I was like, oh, that's dirty.
Yeah.
I like that. That organ's fucking dirty.
Charlie Ziegler,
It's
man,
great. Yeah.
kicking ass on the synth. That was fantastic.
Oh man.
And Denny Kopf as well, to sing that is got to be fun. It's got to be a riot,
Absolutely.
I think. Sorry, we called out two people. The whole band did a great job, but but the standing out for sure is
the synth is really
the synth.
yeah.
on that one.
It's really like
I'm kind of sad because I chose 3 tracks, and I mean Heartbreak was kind of like I'll choose this one as well because Denny said for sure Mr. Twister and While I Fall are ones he wanted us to cover, and I was like, yeah, for sure, like, because I asked him, I was like, which like 2 or 3 would you like us to cover, and he's like, well, these 2 and whatever else you feel like. So I just picked one, and I feel sad because we don't get to show off that Denny also plays the fucking saxophone, which I really want to hear. And didn't hear it.
Put it on.
And didn't
we don't need to babble.
We can do a 4th song if you want.
Do a 4th song and play
Okay.
Denny singing or playing the saxophone.
Okay, so first of all, we're going to finish talking about this song, and then we're going to dig into the rest of the album and find another song where you could show up, because this is 3 of 9 tracks on your album or something like that, or less than. Oh, really? 3 of 5 tracks, and I haven't heard a saxophone yet, and I'm sad. But so we'll dig into the other 2 tracks to find where the fuck your saxophone is, and because I want to show that off for sure. But
and speaking of saxophone, you talked about you thought there could be some nice stops along the way, and I also said it just begs for a little bit of harmonica every once in a while, or something like a squealing harmonica.
Yeah.
Like harmonica, but with like a bit of distortion on
Yeah,
it
yeah.
too. Yeah.
Which
Like a
could have,
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I don't know
Like a
that. I don't know
distorted
that's a harmonica,
harmonica,
but
yeah.
you know what I mean.
well, because it was during between the verses with the right? There'd be like a pause there, and that'd be like because then it would vary up, because you were saying by the end of it you were like, okay, like the very ending of it is different, and that's great, but leading up to that, the like
It starts to be a repeat
before
until
or something
fade
like that.
kind
Yeah,
of
exactly.
finish.
Yeah, it's a little too repetitive, you were saying.
Yeah.
And having even just a stop in there, and then maybe like a blast of sax or harmonica or whatever it may be.
Change up the dynamics. You're not even expecting it, and all of a sudden there's just like this harmonica thing that just kicks in or something.
Yeah.
Or obviously, if he plays the saxophone, throw that in there. It's just it's the same sound. You're looking for that, like you said, that sort of grindy kind of sound coming from, like something distorted. Right?
And like dirty sax is amazing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I said sax,
sweet,
everyone.
Dirty sax.
I said sax. Get your mind out of the gutter. Saxophone.
Some hot sax.
Some hot and dirty sax.
Along with a dirty organ.
Yeah, I always love playing with a dirty organ. Not too dirty, of course. There are limits and pills for only so many things.
And when you're getting throat fucked.
And when you're getting a smooth throat fucking, you may as well go to Gibson's finest rare whiskey.
I always wait for you to spill that all over the floor.
No, it's not going to happen.
That's alcohol abuse.
I've got too much control, and that's alcohol abuse.
Yeah.
And as you know, there are warnings on the back of all bottles, so as not to abuse. Oh, well, maybe Gibson's doesn't have one. Well, shut my mouth. Oh no! There is no. They have. Sorry, they do say you are at your finest, using their title, of course, when you enjoy Gibson's finest responsibly. So there is the warning. So I'm not going to be abusing alcohol by spilling it when I pop the top. When I pop my top. So now we're going to dig in for that 4th tune. We're going to cover it just so we can get some dirty sax in there.
We just don't know what track it is yet.
We just don't know yet. Yeah.
If you wanna go and take my heart, I should make you know right from the start. You're making me nervous. These feelings are so deep. Feels like the Secret Service is giving me a peek. Whoa, you're so sweet. I can't beat hot heat. It's taking over me. You're so sweet. Couples retreat with every smile we share. Just yesterday, thought I'd never say that I won't be alone. You're so sweet. Feel complete, like I've never felt before. I know you like it, the way you call me back. I get excited, there's no holding you back. And it's the sweetest thing when we're together. You make me wanna say, oh, you're so sweet. I can't beat hot heat. It's taking over me. You're so sweet. Couples retreat with every smile we share. Just yesterday, thought I'd never say that I won't be alone. You're so sweet. You complete, like I've never felt before.
Oh, we like that one.
Oh, yes, we do.
So I thought Wildlife Fall was my favorite song, but I don't know anymore.
I think this one's my favorite song now. Oh, man.
'cause this-
I love that.
Yeah, like as you were saying, Rob, it marries funk and rock like
Yeah.
way more fully than any of the other songs.
Yeah.
Also, I assume Jesse is responsible again for the backing vocals.
Oh, wicked.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
That's all. The only way I'll describe it is because yeah, that was fantastic. It's just like ripping into the backing vocals. It was awesome. Saxophone, yeah, dirty sax. I love it. Denny, my man, thank you. However, I will say it is the thinnest thing in the mix. And I think that's a mistake.
I want more sax.
I want more sax.
That's
Yeah.
the thing that when we were listening to that, I was like, I want more sax. I want to hear the sax more.
Yeah, and it's not even like, so first of all, so we listened to 3 of the 5 tracks of the album, right? Like that we reviewed so far. And this is the 4th one we've thrown in. And we checked out the other one. By the way, what is it? Shady Nasty, is that what it's called? Let me just make sure I know what the fuck I'm saying here. Yeah, Shady Nasty. It sounded great. There were some great backing vocals there too, as well. Jesse, that was awesome. No saxophone in that one though. So seriously, Denny's credited for saxophone. There's only one song,
or at least one that we hear.
Yeah, or at least one that we noticed. Sorry
It might
for
be buried
really.
in the mix somewhere, but like
It could be, but
What is never buried in the mix is the man, the legend, the keyboard man.
yes,
give this
Yes.
man
Oh my
infinite
God.
biscuits.
Yeah.
Charlie Ziegler deserves
biscuits.
all the biscuits.
Give this man all the
Like that.
biscuits.
It just drove. That whole thing was just driving forward the whole
Oh,
time.
Yeah.
it was just driving the fucking funk bus.
And
It was
okay.
driving
the funk.
So I will say,
Yeah.
Exactly.
although people listening to this episode haven't heard Shady Nasty, do check out the links below and go to the SoundCloud and go to YouTube channel and go to their website and check out Tomacco's song Shady Nasty. It's got a wicked sound to it, and there's an awesome guitar solo in it, which is by Denny Kopp, who is the guitarist for the band. However, I will say, then it digs into Charlie Ziegler's synth solo, and which is awesome. And I realized that Denny is both guitarist and a saxophone player, so it's like it's hard to say like, hey, maybe you do a guitar solo and then a sax solo. However, that guitar solo was coming to an end, and I was like, oh, here's the last bar of the guitar solo. Let's fucking go saxophone. And then synth happened, and I was like, yes. but also, that the sax solo.
Well, because we
saxophone.
wanted the sax solo.
Yeah.
Because we wanted more than one sax solo.
That's
or
exactly.
at least, yeah.
However, the solo all the way through the end of You're So Sweet. By the way, everyone, that was You're So Sweet.
And it was
so
fucking
sweet. Yeah.
It was so sweet. Absolutely. It was
And
so sweet.
everyone was giving it in that tune. Like
yeah.
there were no one of them. There was no one of them. There was not a single one of them who did not stand out at one moment or another in that song.
Yeah.
Which was wonderful. Yeah. So I'm so glad we got to, spotlight.
Check out Tomacco.
Yeah. I'm just so glad we got to spotlight the saxophone, because there's not enough sax in music these days.
I agree wholeheartedly. There's a distinct lack of saxophone in today's music.
But you still wanted
makes
it
me
to.
sad.
You wanted like a baritone sax.
I
to
wanted
just go
it dirty and just to rip into that song.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also, and I wish it wasn't as thin in the mix, because like everyone was prominent in the mix. When the guitar solo happens in Shady Nasty, it's there. Like it's present on both sides, and you feel it. It's around you. When the synth solo happens, because the synth is just there all of the songs, which is fucking awesome. But like when Charlie solos, it's all around you. The sax solo was awesome. I just wanted it to fill the fucking room.
Yep. Just let it go.
Yeah. So, I mean, as a criticism, that's pretty like.
Well, that's all about
Yeah.
production. That's
Yeah.
not about
That's
the
the thing.
song
That's
itself.
not really
That's
on the band per se.
Yeah. That's in terms of who
But-
decided that was going to be the accented point or the not.
So that's us calling out John Michael.
Who does some really good layering and some excellent production. It's just that particular song we wanted more of the sax.
Yeah. Give us more.
More sax.
I want more sax. Always more sax. Just dirty. Just shady and nasty sax.
Some sweet hot sax.
That's right. So, that's Tomacco, everyone. Check out their latest album, Vagabond. It's kick-ass. You've heard 4 of the 5 songs already on this episode.
Just excellent.
But go download it. Check out their track number 4 on their album, Shady Nasty. It's kick-ass. And we will be back with another daily sweep tomorrow.
Sax, funk, and rock and roll. Everybody.
And our next, sax, funk, and rock and roll. I like it. And so do subscribe to Swept Up and check out what we've got going daily, and then our feature episodes. And do remember that Gibson's finest fuels Swept Media.
Swept Media. Get swept up in today's independent music.
No, that's the end.
Today was also brought by me and Rob silently eating chips in the background.
Yeah.
Hopefully
silently.
silently.
I guarantee you there are some crunches on that fucking thing.
Yeah.
I guarantee there was a moment it was like while I was
Today's
talking,
episode
and I was
brought
like,
to you by Rob eating chips in the background.
I wasn't careful.
no,
That's okay.
that's fine.
It's great.
Because you
I
know
love
what?
it.
Once you've had enough of the finest, nothing else seems to matter so much. No, just get up there and do the thing.
Wait, yeah, okay.
Here's the sound of Marla stuffing her face. Marla, you look like you need a drink. Perhaps you would like a drink of Gibson's finest.
This is finest. They're whiskey. Do you have chips in your mouth? Is your mouth dry? Gibson's finest beer whiskey. Gibson.
You're supposed to make the sipping sound. I had a closing remark and I've totally forgotten what the fuck it is.
Oh my god!
That's ridiculous.
Gibson says I spit on the mic.
Did you spit on the fucking mic?
No.
Okay.
That was about to U-turn. That looked like you were about to did you spit on the fucking mic? You just went from laughing to really fast. You look like you were about to murder me.
Oh, okay, now.
Gibson's.
Excellent.
Because you were hoping you'd have no chips in your mouth at that point. You'd just be like, Gibson's. But instead it's like, Gibson's.
That's the show, everyone.
See you later, everybody.
Tomacco.
Tobacco?
Tomacco.
Oh, okay, good.